Hi yogis, this is going to be a 60-minute power class. Power just means that we're going to be building strength, building stamina and heat. Typically we'll be doing quite a few sequences, standing sequences that we repeat. We'll warm up with some sun salutations. Today's flow is really fun. You'll want to have a couple of blocks handy. If you don't have blocks at home, hard-covered books work just as well. Just something to give you support when we're doing some of those extra challenging balances. We are going to start out in a seated position, seated virasana on our mats. And seated virasana just means that we're coming to our shins. You could grab a block here if you like and slide it underneath of your sits bones so that there's not so much pressure on your knees. And go ahead and sit up nice and tall, lengthen out through your spine. Rest your palms on top of your thighs and draw your shoulder blades together down by your back. Let your gaze either soften towards the floor or close your eyes completely. And together, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill up your belly, your ribs, and your chest. As you exhale, open up the mouth and release. Let's do that a few more times. This time, adding a shoulder shrug. Breathe in and draw your shoulder blades up to your ears. Breathe out and exhale your shoulders down your back. Couple more like that. Breathing in, feel the tension around your head, neck, and shoulders. And then exhale, let it go. And one more, just like that. Breathing in, fill all the way up. Exhale, release. And seal your lips. Allow the breath to travel in through the nose, out through the nose now, beginning to cultivate our Ujjayi pranayama, a victorious yogic breath. It's a good breath to begin with, especially if you're feeling a little chilly inside your environment, wherever you're practicing yoga today. It's a breath that'll help us to create and build heat from the inside out. So as you breathe in, fill from the bottom to the top, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, and belly. You can use a count system if that helps. You're just trying to aim to find equal length in both your inhales and exhales. And then taking some time here now that you've found your breath to just notice where you're at in space. Notice how your body feels in this shape, the contact points of your body and the earth. And any sounds within your environment. And then beginning to draw that focus more inwards. Noticing any sounds within your internal environment. So noticing how you feel today physically. Noticing emotionally, mentally. How are you showing up on your mat today? Without judgment, without expectations. Just allow those thoughts to float on by. And continue to breathe. Continue to find that soft center within. Yoga was never meant to be a place to escape from the world. Rather, yoga is a practice where it helps us to cultivate tools and resources so that we can deal with whatever comes our way, gracefully and with ease. The practice begins as we step on our mat each and every day. Challenging postures and transitions help us to find our breath. Help us to calm the mind with the breath so that we're able to use those tools when we head back out into our everyday. So even though we're virtually linking up together, you may not have a physical teacher in front of you or students surrounding you inside of a classroom. Know that your practice is always within you and it's always there for you. You can return to it anytime you like by just coming back to your breath. Let's keep that in mind today as we breathe and move together. Bring your hands together at your heart and take a couple rounds of breath, sealing in that intention and any other added intentions that you'd like to bring into your practice or through the rest of your day or week. Anything positive to keep you centered, to keep you here in the now. With that in mind, take a breath in, open your eyes, and stretch your arms out and up. Look up towards your thumbs, bring your palms together, and exhale, seal your hands to your heart. Inhale, spread your palms out wide, reaching them up and overhead, opening up, just gazing. And then exhale, wrap your right arm underneath of your left. Bring your forehead down to your elbows and just give yourself a hug. You can let your upper body hang heavy, releasing through the shoulders. Inhale, spread your arms up and open once again. And take your left arm underneath of your right. Bring your head into your shoulder, your elbows, and let your upper body relax. Coming back up to a nice tall seat, relax your arms down by your sides and go ahead and shift into a tabletop position. Setting your blocks to the top of your mat. We will use them here in a couple of moments. Finding tabletop position, stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And with an inhale, hammock your belly down towards the floor. Take your gaze forward or up, find cow pose. As you exhale, round through your spine, cat pose. Look back at your thighs. Let's do that a couple more times. Use your inhale to open up your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Lift up and away from the earth. Let the back of the neck hang heavy. Any other added movements here, taking some barrel rolls or snaking the spine, are always welcome. Let your body move freely so that you can feel into the true flexibility in the spine. And let's lean back into a neutral tabletop position. Walk your palms a palm print forward. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here to pedal out through your knees. Shift the weight side to side. Maybe even shake out your head a couple of times. Good. Lengthening one heel to the back of your mat. And then eventually finding a place of stillness. Reach your tailbone up and back to where the ceiling and the wall connect. Press away from the heels of your palms. Wrap your triceps down towards the floor. Let your head hang heavy in between your arms. On your next inhale, shift forward out into high plank, gazing past the top of your mat, reaching back through your heels and really energizing through arms and legs. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over wrists, your heels are over your toes. Lift your kneecaps up onto your quads. Again, stay really, really strong through the arms. Press the earth away. Shifting even more forward, compass your wrist creases. As you exhale, squeeze your elbows in and lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes when you get there. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your head, lift your chest. Baby cobra. And exhale, lengthen your forehead and heart back down. Stay there, walk your palms back by a palm print. And on an inhale, lift all the way up this time, arms straight in full cobra, or press into the tops of your feet and lift into upward facing dog. Shoulders squeeze together, elbows softly bend, belly button draws in and up. Roll over the knees or the toes and head back into downward facing dog. Lifting the hips, maybe pedal out through the knees, shake out the head, releasing. From downward facing dog, bring your 2 feet together at the back of your mat, and on an inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. On your exhale, draw your knee to your nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward and step your foot in between your hands. With a breath in, stretch your arms to the sky, high crescent lunge. Square your right hip back and pull your left hip forward. Reach your arms back in space, relax your shoulders down your back. Bend your back knee and reach down to grab a block. Start to circle your block underneath of your right thigh and then arms reach overhead. Keep going here. I'll let you know when we stop. Using that front thigh to help us stay grounded, back knee to help us stay stable. One more circle. And then stretch the block overhead. Reach the back leg long. Find a back bend here. Squeezing the blocks with your palms. Big opener through that left hip flexor. Gaze can be forward or up. And as you exhale, take the block with you. Use it to place it underneath of your left shoulder. Hand, and then sweep your right arm to the sky. Simple twist. Scissor hug your right hip back in space. And then roll your shoulder blades together onto your back body. Gaze up towards your right thumb. Reach back through your left heel. Get really strong through that back left hamstring. On your exhale, bring your right hand down. Block over to the side. Step back into high plank. Shifting forward, breathe in. As you exhale, lower halfway to your hover. Shoulders in line with elbows. Inhale, open your chest. Lower high cobra. Exhale, send your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. On an inhale, sweep your left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Point your toes down. Square your hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Round the spine. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Look forward and step the foot in between your hands. Breath in. Stretch the arms up. Square your hips here. Good. Finding your foundation high on the ball mound of the back foot. Left knee tracks over the left ankle. Bend into your back knee. Grab a block. Bring it underneath of your thigh. And then sweep it up to the sky. Lower. And circle it up. Good. So staying nice and strong through the back leg, through the front leg. Last round here. Reach it all the way up. Straighten the back leg. Squeeze your block, but reach the block up and back. Find a little back bend. Work your upper arms and your forearms by pressing the palms into the block. And as you exhale, bring the block with you. Place it underneath of your right hand. And then sweep your left arm to the sky for a simple twist. Scissor hug that left hip back in space. And the tendency is to draw your front shoulder forward towards your front ear, or your bottom ear rather. Instead, squeeze your shoulder blades back and almost lean back in space while you look back at that left thumb. As you exhale, bring your left hand down, block to the side, step back to high plank. Shifting forward, come past your wrist creases. Exhale, lower halfway to your hover. Inhale, open the chest, cobra pose, back bend, and send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Pedal out through your knees, shake out your head. Breath in, and breath out. On an inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes, look forward, bend your knees, and tiptoe your feet all the way up to meet your hands. With a breath in, lengthen halfway, shoulders down the back, press away from your legs. With a breath out, bend your knees deeply, grab a hold of opposite elbows, and ragdoll. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe bend the knees, straighten the legs, shift the weight forward, back, side to side. Releasing through our low back. Giving a chance for the hamstrings to open up. And let your fingers drop all the way down to the earth. Keep a soft bend in your knees and come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up overhead, palms together. As you exhale, hands seal to the heart, Samastatihi. Surya Namaskar A will move through 3 rounds. As you inhale, sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, shoulders down the back. As you exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank. Using an inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, open the chest, the heart. Exhale, send the hips to the sky. Take a breath in through your nose and a breath out to let it go. Inhale, lift onto your toes. Look forward, bend your knees. As you exhale, 2 big steps up to the top. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, press through the feet. Reach the arms out and up. Look up. Exhale, hands through the heart, and let's take it all the way back down through center, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. As you exhale, plant your palms. You can either step back to high plank or hop back with bent elbows right into chaturanga. Inhale, open for your back bend. Exhale, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, lift up onto your toes, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, feet to hands. Lift halfway as you breathe in. Forward fold, bend your knees as you breathe out. Inhale, rise, arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, hinge and forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant the palms, vinyasa your way, and we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Press through the index finger, the thumb, the whole way through. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes, look forward, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your big toes together to touch. Sit your hips back and down. Reach your arms forward and up. Utkatasana, chair pose. So shift your weight back into your heels. You might even lift all 10 toes here to help you do that. Squeeze your knees, your shins, your thighs together. And on an exhale, sweep your arms back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Now inhale, reach all the way to stand. As you exhale, hinge and forward fold. Breath in, lengthen halfway. As you exhale, plant the palms and float all the way back to your downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Feet together at the back of your mat. With an inhale, stretch your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it up and back. Exhale, step the foot through. Find your high crescent lunge. This time, grab a block along the way and reach the block overhead. Take your back bend, squeezing the block with palms. Get a nice big stretch through your left hip flexor. And now exhale, bring both blocks onto the tallest tier under your shoulders, framing your front foot. Soften the back knee and lift the leg for warrior 3 prep. Reach out through the crown of your head. Dial your left hip down so that it's square towards the top of your mat. Walking the blocks out as you need. Blocks are under shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, left knee taps the back of your right Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Now inhale, lengthen the leg. Take a block with you and step back into your crescent lunge. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, open into warrior 2. You can grab the block in either hand, doesn't matter. Square everything off towards the center of your room, or the long edge side of your mat, I should say. Press through both feet equally, pinky edge side especially, lifting the inner arches of both feet. On an inhale, reach your arms overhead, straighten your front leg. Exhale, lunge. Inhale up, look up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale and exhale. 2 more just like that. Breath in, breath out. And last one, inhale, exhale. Now keep the front knee bent. Go ahead and lift your block overhead. Grab it with both palms. And for reverse warrior, start to lean back in space. Keep pressing the block with both hands. Working those triceps here, working the core to stay equal length out of both side bodies. Press through both feet. Breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and cartwheel your hands down. Block over to the side. Plant the palms, lift the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog, bend your knee and peel open through your hip. Big opener for that left hip flexor, the left inner groin. And now straighten the leg back to 3-legged dog. You can step down to down dog or shift forward into high plank. And as you exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest for your back bend. And exhale, send the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Stay for the breath out. 2 feet together at the back of your mat. With an inhale, stretch your left leg to the sky. Square your hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, step the foot through. Grab your block, come into your high lunge this time. Squeeze the block overhead, find a deep back bend, lean as far back as you can, look up. And now bring both blocks underneath of your shoulders. Lift your back leg and set up for warrior 3 prep. So dial your right hip down, reach the crown of the head forward, your right heel back. Take an inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Take 1 block with you and step back. Lift into your high crescent lunge. As you exhale, open into warrior 2. Spread open on your mat. Widen your stance. Foundation through the legs by squeezing the glutes together. Inhale, straighten arms, straighten legs, look up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last two, breath in and out. Last one. Good. Now keep your front knee bent, reach your block overhead. Press the blocks, press your palms into the block, and then reach up and out of your hip creases. Lean back though for a peaceful warrior, a reverse warrior. And then again, press even harder if you can. If your gaze bothers your neck, look back at your right big toe. Press firmly through the back right foot and lunge a little deeper through that left knee. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Lift the back heel. Lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and peel open through your hips. Squeeze the heel towards your right glute. Lengthen the leg back to three-legged dog. Stay there and step back to dog, or shifting forward and moving through your flow here. Follow your breath, and we'll meet back in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breath in through the nose, and breath out to let it go. Same sequence, we'll kind of change it up on the second and the third rounds, but for the most part, it'll look the same. As you inhale, 2 feet together, right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, step it on through. Let's go without the block this time. Reach your arms up, high crescent lunge. Take a little back bend. And now as you exhale, you could bring your hands to your block, so you could go without and head right into warrior three. As you exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, open. Exhale, squat. Inhale, open. Last one, lower down. Inhale, open. And now step back into your lunge. Reach your arms up, crescent lunge. As you exhale, open warrior two. Only one pulse this time as we inhale, straighten arms and legs. Go ahead and bracelet your right wrist with your left hand. Lunge back into your right knee, and now reverse your warrior. Lift up and back. Cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Right leg lifts to the sky. Bend the knee, peel open through your hip. Shifting forward, option to flow or just step the foot down. Up to you as always. Follow your breath, listen to your shoulders. Take an inhale and exhale. Feet together at the back of your mat. Sweep your left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward, step the foot through. Without the block this time, inhale, high crescent lunge, little back bend here. And as you exhale, warrior three or warrior three prep. Inhale or exhale, lower down, Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down. Inhale, lengthen. One more time, lower Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Soften your front knee. Lift up and back. High crescent lunge. Exhale to open, warrior two. Inhale, straighten arms and legs. Exhale, go ahead and bracelet this front wrist. Lunge into your front knee, but reach back for reverse warrior. Cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Lift the left leg. Bend your knee, peel open through your hip. Straighten the leg, shift forward, and flow through. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Last round, feet together at the back of your mat. Lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward and step your foot through. Grab your block this time. Reach it up and overhead. Squeeze, find your back bend. And now this time, bring your block right into the very crease of your right hip crease. Lay your forearms on top of your block. Yeah, you're going to kind of lean on the block. And then once you keep leaning the weight into the right foot, you might be able to lift the whole back leg. Keep pressing your elbows into the block. Take an inhale. Option to stay or exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lengthen. And now exhale, step back into lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up with the block. Find your back bend. And exhale, open into warrior two. Inhale, straighten arms and legs. Exhale, lunge into that front knee. Reverse your warrior. Good. Inhale. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Frame the front foot. Lift your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, peel open through your hip. Right knee travels to your left elbow. Squeeze it across. Good. Inhale, lift, bend, and open. Right knee to the left elbow again. This time extend the leg through and keep looking down. Actually, try to turn your whole torso and upper body all the way over to the right. Should feel like your inner thighs are kind of pressing in towards one another. We get this nice big stretch to the right IT band here. Lower your back heel, lift your left arm for fallen triangle, press your hips to the sky. Option to stay here for more heat. Lower your hips down and then press them up. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Two more, inhale down, exhale up, last one. And now bring the left hand back under the shoulder, retract the right knee, send the leg back up, three-legged dog. Either set the foot down or shift forward. You know the drill as you move through your flow. Open, send the hips back. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, stay. Feet together at the back of your mat. With an inhale, stretch your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it on through. Grab your block. Reach your arms overhead. Find your back bend. And now exhale, bring the block to your left hip crease. Set your forearms right on top of the block and lean your whole upper body weight forward. The more you can lean forward, the more you're able to find extra stability in that back right leg. Good. Warrior three prep. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Good. Breath in. Breath out. And now inhale, lengthen the leg. Keep a hold of your block. Reach it all the way back up for the extra back bend here. And as you exhale, open into warrior two. Inhale, straighten arms and legs. Look up. Exhale, keep a hold of the block. Lunge into that front knee. And now lift up and out of your hip creases. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands down. Set your block down. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee. Peel open the hip. Left knee heads over to your right elbow. Squeeze it across. Inhale, lift, bend, and open. Same thing, left knee to the right elbow. This time extend the leg. Keep looking down at your palms. And then try to turn your torso towards the left side of your mat if you can. So that the right inner thigh is heading into the left inner thigh. Big IT band stretch here. Either stay here or drop the right heel, lift the right arm for fallen triangle. You can stay here for more heat. Lower your hips, reach your arm back, and then press the hips up and lift. Good. Inhale down. Exhale up. Breathe in and out. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the right hand back under the shoulder. Retract your left knee. Send it back to the sky. Three-legged dog. You stay here or shift forward and move through your flow. Open your chest on your inhale. Send your hips back. Exhale. Breath in and out. From downward facing dog, lift up onto your tiptoes. Bend your knees and exhale, travel to the top of your mat. With an inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Sit your hips back and down. Reach your arms forward and up, Utkatasana, back to where we started, chair pose. Weight is in the heels. Heart is lifted and stacked over the hips. Exhale, airplane your wings back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Now exhale back, stay here, reach your arms out to your sides and come up onto the ball mounds of your feet. Birds are finding big wings here with our arms, birds of a feather. And then bring your hands down to blocks. Blocks can come on to level 3. We're going to take a moment to kind of set up our blocks so that they're in the right space for us. Keep yourself high onto your tiptoes, but go ahead and separate your knees. Set them onto your upper arm bones. Bring your middle finger in front of your blocks, and you may need to kind of test out where your shoulders are going to land at. But as you bring your shoulders down to your blocks, your head is going to head in between the blocks, and you can rest your entire head onto the blocks. If you're starting to work with crow, this is a wonderful way to press up and bring one knee on top of the other. Or if you're working towards lifting your head off of the mat, you can start by reaching your gaze forward, maybe looking forward and lifting the shoulders from there. This is also another nice place to work from head if you're coming into, or if you're trying for one-legged crow. It's a nice place to keep the support but find the upper body strength. Wherever you're at, keep your shoulders on your blocks. Step your feet out, and you may need to adjust here, making sure that your blocks are actually under your shoulders here, setting the knees down. And then just like a chaturanga push-up, extend your legs out, gaze is forward, and now reach your arms back by your sides and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands underneath of your shoulders, flip your toes and press up into upward facing dog. Tuck your toes and send your hips back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and exhale. Second wave here, second flow. We're going to sweep the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, peel open through your hip. And as you exhale, step your foot forward in between your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up, high crescent lunge. And as you exhale, open into warrior 2, stretch the arms out to a T. Wrap your right arm towards the front of the room, your left arm over the ear line, extended side angle. Lunge a little deeper into this right knee without moving your torso too much, working the hips. Take an inhale, lift a couple inches, and now exhale, lunge. Breathe in and out. Pulsing here, stay strong through the back leg. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, exhale. Good. Reverse warrior, up and back. And now straighten the front leg and find that long line of energy from right fingers to toes. As you exhale, reach your right fingers forward. If you need a shorter stance for triangle, heel tilt your back foot in. Soften your front knee and then tick-tock your right fingers down, your left fingers up. Try to squeeze your glutes together so your tailbone's reaching back towards the left heel. Look down, try to get your nose right over your right shin. And then from there, rotate your left ribs to the sky. Option for pulsing here, up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your top hand to your hip. Bend into the front knee, grab a block with your right hand, place it to the upper right corner of your mat, and then lift the back leg, balancing half moon pose. Rotate your left hip open, reach your left arm to the sky, make any adjustments with your blocks that are needed. You can either stay here or bend into your top leg, kick the foot into the hand for a quad opening. Nice big stretch to the hip flexor as well. Re-lengthen the leg back out. Reach your arm to the sky. Look down to your right big toe. Bend deeply in through the right knee. Step back, land into warrior 2, and then right away, reach the right arm up and back, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank flow here. We're listening into those shoulders. You can always head right back into down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. With an inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, peel open through your hip. And as you exhale, step the foot in between your hands. As you breathe in, stretch your arms overhead, high crescent lunge. As you breathe out, open into warrior 2. Your bottom palm is going to sweep underneath, top arm reaches over the ear line. And again, just moving from the hip crease. Inhale and exhale, lunge. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more here. Lift, deepen, 1 more, and deepen. Now reverse warrior, up and back. Straighten your left leg. Reach all the way from your toes to your fingers. And now keep that length, reaching your left fingers forward, shortening the stance as you need. Soft micro bend in the left knee. Tick-tock the left hand to a block or to your shin. Reach away from the midline with equal length through both of your arms here. And then option to stay or pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your top hand to your top hip. Look forward, bend into the front knee. Grab a block and then set it up. Lift your right leg. Right heel only lifts in line with the hip. Peel your right hip open. You might even come onto left fingertips to lift your torso. And then option to reach your right arm to the sky. Test the balance by looking up. Option to stay here or bend into the back knee. Receive the foot with your hand and you can kick the foot back for a deeper opening there. Extend the legs straight. Reach your right arm back to the sky. Look down first. Bend into your bottom leg. Step back and reverse your warrior up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back and lower through. Inhale, open. Exhale, back. Breath in through the nose. Breath out to let it go. 1 more time through our second wave here. Same sequence, same movements. With an inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, peel open the hip. Inhale, step it on through and reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Good. As you inhale, sweep the bottom arm underneath, top arm over the ear line, and we pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten that front leg. Lift out and up. And then straighten your front, or keep your right arm stretching forward until you're able to find your triangle pose, adjusting as you need here. Bring your top hand to your top hip. Bend into the front knee. And then lifting off when you're ready. Balancing half moon pose. Taking options. And then when you're ready, working your way back into warrior 2 to find reverse warrior. Flip the front palm, reach up. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, and lower on through. Take a breath in. Stay for the breath out. Feet together at the back of your mat. With an inhale, reach your left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, roll open through the hip. Step the foot through in between your hands. Inhale, the arms reach up, high lunge. Exhale, the arms open, warrior 2. Inhale, extended side angle with a pulse for 5, for 4, for 3, last 2, and last 1. Stay with it. Reverse triangle all the way up and back. And then triangle pose. Reach forward. Tick-tock the hand down. Squeeze the glutes together here. Top hand to the top hip. Look forward. Bend into the front knee. Lift the back leg. Opening now. Right hip peels to the sky. And taking variations as you like. And then when you're ready, looking down, straighten the back leg. Softly land, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Move nice and slow, with control. Find your breath. Take an inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees. And travel to the top of your mat. Lengthen with a breath in. Fold with a breath out. Sit your hips down and back. Chair pose. Exhale, airplane your wings back. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Last time, breathe in. Exhale, thighs to your chest. And then reach your arms out to the side. Lift up onto the ball mounds of your feet. Good. Bird drinking water there. Bring your hands down to the mat. You can work with or without your blocks this time, kind of up to you. Head goes in the middle of your blocks. Knees go to your upper arm bones. Stay lifted. Bend at your elbows. Good. As you're working into crow, maybe some of you are working towards your headstand. Another nice place to work with the blocks so that they're there for you with support. And then if you're meeting us wherever you're at, bring your legs long. So you might take a little pike here, step all the way back. Make sure your shoulders are supported with the blocks. And then once you've got your chaturanga push-up arms and legs, reach your arms back by your sides for 3, 2, and 1. Hands underneath. Flip your toes, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. Good. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your knees. Shake out your head a little bit. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes. Looking forward, exhale, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop, feet to hands. Turn to face so you can see me a little bit better. As you breathe in, lift up onto the ball mounds of your feet, and then sink your hips down to your heels. Bring your knees in line with your hips, but squeeze your thighs together. Grab your block and see if you can find a little extra balance here. Place the block on top of your head, and it's okay if it falls off. Bring your hands to your heart. And today we're going to work on lowering down onto our heels and then onto our bum without losing the block. So just play around with it. Heels first, and then see if you can lower onto bum. Good, nice work. Once you get to your bum, go ahead and grab that block. Go ahead and bring the toes to the mat. Lean back on your sits bones so you're finding that balance and that sweet spot where you can balance. And then start to weave the block in between your legs as we scissor kick here. We're going to be here for 30 seconds, working the core. Stay lifted through your heart, lifted through your chest. Good. And nice and controlled breath. Try to pull your belly button in towards your spine. If it's mounding up here, keep your shoulders down the back. Let's say we're here for the last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set your block over to the side there. We'll scoot forward to the top of our mat so there's room for us to lay down behind. And then grab behind your knees. Keep your knees bent. Go ahead and come onto your backs. Walk your feet in a little bit. Lift your right leg up. Cross your ankle over your left knee. Figure 4. You might be feeling a stretch here. There's no need to lift the left foot if you are. Maybe set it on top of a block. Or if you need more, lift the left foot entirely. Take your hands and thread them through the hole shape you made with your legs. Grab underneath of your left thigh, or underneath of the knee there, or on top of the shin you could even go. Flex through both feet, and then you could press your right elbow out to the right, just that inside of that right knee pit there. And as you press the knee to the right, you'll get a deeper opening in that right side body. Stay relaxed through your head, neck, and shoulders. And just breathe. Use your inhales for length. Your exhales to pull your right shin and ankle closer to the chest while the right knee moves away. Go ahead and release your grip. Lower your left foot down to the mat. Keep your legs as they are. Bring the sole of your right foot all the way over to the left. And now press your right knee away with your left hand. You could open up your right arm or wing out to the right and gaze over to the right for a figure 4 supine twist. When you're ready, go ahead and release. Come back through center and lower your right foot down to the mat. Lift your left leg up. Cross your ankle over your right knee. And then again, staying here or lifting the right foot to find a deeper sensation. So you may need to set it up for a couple of breaths. It usually takes me about 5 to 8 breaths to get into this stretch. And then just moving, making sure that your hips are still square, your feet are flexed so that they help us protect. When we flex our feet, we protect our joints both in the knees and the hips. Relax your shoulder blades onto your back body. Maybe soften your gaze or close your eyes again. Think about your inhales to help you lengthen out through your spine. Belly inflates, and as you exhale, pull your belly, your left ankle and shin closer to your chest. Left knee heads away, either out to the left with your left elbow, the support of, or you're just kind of pressing the knee forward, away from your chest. A deeper sensation through the outside of that left hip. We get this external rotation and a deep outer hip opening. When you're ready to release, go ahead and let go of your grip there, lower the right foot down. The sole of your left foot heads all the way over to the right until it's able to settle on your mat or on the earth. Your right hand will press the left knee away, and then your left arm can reach out. You could take your gaze over to the left here as well, stretching open here. And when you're ready to release, go ahead and come back through center. Hug your knees in. Circle them around side to side a couple of times. Good. Let the soles of the feet come back down to the earth. Grab a block that's next to you. Lift your hips and slide it underneath of your sacrum, level 1 or level 2. Take a moment here just to relax. Hips onto the block. And then slowly begin to extend your legs up towards the sky for a supported inversion. So you let your palms rest on your body or down by your sides. You can flex your feet, point your toes, roll your ankles. And taking a couple of moments here, allowing the lactic acid to drain from the legs, any bacteria or toxins. Let the lymph nodes in the hips clear them out. Even though we're using energy and muscular strength to keep the legs lifted, let your legs be heavy, femur bones heavy in the hip sockets. When you're ready, go ahead and lower your heels back underneath of your knees for a moment. Let the blood flow back into your feet. Keep your right knee bent and lengthen your left leg long to open up through your hip flexor. Nice little back bend as well. Go ahead and change sides. Bend your left knee in, lengthen your right. And then bend through both knees, walk your heels under your knees, and let's try for both legs at the same time. Big hip flexor release. We did a lot of flexion in the hips today, so a good place for the hips to just open. Let your heart open up here, a nice big heart opener, anahata. Opening space around the throat and the heart chakras. Open hips, open heart, open mind. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees, walk your heels underneath of your knees, lift your hips up off of the block, lower them down slowly, one vertebra at a time. Take the heels of your palms to your hip creases and just try to press down and away from yourself. See if you can find a lengthening through your low back and spine. And then hug your knees into your chest. Take your knees wide. Reach up to grab for your ankles, arches of your feet, or peace fingers around the big toes for happy baby. Make sure that your head, your neck, and your shoulders all stay grounded here, but you are welcome to find movement or just relax in stillness. Up to you. Little massage for the low back. Your tailbone is what usually wants to curl up in this posture. Try to glue it down towards the mat. Feel the flat, bony part of your spine there, your back, your sacrum. Ground down to the earth. Welcome to straighten one leg and then the other. hold at the same time. And then gathering your knees back in. Go ahead and open up for one final hip opener. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. If this is too much pressure on the inner groin, slide some blocks underneath of your knees. You can rest your palms on top of your body or goalpost the arms. Maybe arms reach overhead and we grab for opposite elbows. Just some place where you can rest here for the next several breaths before we come into our final resting pose. Go ahead and take a big breath in and out. Reach your hands down, gather your knees back up. You can slide your blocks over to one side. We do have a little extra time to set up for a supported Shavasana, so grab behind the knees, cross your ankles, and rock on up to a seat. If you have a bolster or a blanket, a pillow can work at home as well, or again, just a folded up blanket really works fine. If you've got your two blocks, go ahead and slide one block on level 2. The other block, we're going to lay at level 3, a couple of inches behind it. This block, the first one's going to go in between our shoulder blades. So you want to kind of line up the bottom of your block to the bottom of your shoulder blades. So, I almost forgot. If you do have a blanket, you can set that blanket or bolster just right on top for a little extra cushioning. Not a requirement, just an option. And then slide your bum close to the blanket, but again, we're going to kind of size up where that block is, right about there. Move back a little further. Good. So somewhere in between the shoulder blades, and then the one under the head, you may need to adjust around a little bit. Yeah. So I'm going to bring mine a little bit closer so that it actually supports there. And I've got this nice big heart opener here. If this is too much, you don't have to stay here. You can always come flat on your back. But a nice way for us to kind of settle in. We did a lot for the legs today, so give some time for the upper back and the heart to open up and find space. Let your palms face open towards the ceiling. Let your toes fan out further than your heels. Let your breath be free. Surrender here for the next several rounds of breath. Shavasana. Deep peace to all of you. begin to slowly deepen your breath. Just noticing the rise and fall of your belly and chest. Find movement back into fingers and toes. If you are supported on the blocks, you may need to bend your knees in or start to tuck your chin, open your eyes, and kind of press into your forearms and then press yourself up to a seat. Turn to face forward and find a sweet seat, an easy seat, tall spine. With an inhale, stretch your arms up, look up, palms together. And exhale, hands lower to the heart, soften your gaze, close your eyes, and come back to your nose breath. Notice how your practice feels within you, and notice how it really was there for you for this last hour. I hope that you found some strength from today's practice. I know we built a lot of strength together, power, and you can use that as fuel to take you out into the rest of your day, into your week, and take on whatever lies ahead. Remember that even if we're without the physical presence of a teacher or classroom, we always have our practice. When we come back to the breath together and inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Let us end our practice by saying, may peace, may love, may light be felt within each and every one of you. Bless you and everyone you meet. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope that you feel good, that you feel powerful. As always, feedback is always welcome, and I thank you for practicing with me. Until we meet again, namaste.